Hello and welcome back to Football Manager once again. As you can see, we finally made it to the season review. It's been about 30 seconds since I ended the recording for the last video. I didn't quite realise it'd be this soon afterwards. If I had known it'd been this soon afterwards, I would have just done this as the second video for yesterday's video, but too late. Right. Let's look at our new arrivals when the thing loads. Apparently, signing this season was Charlie Ball. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think Oloadwai did very well himself, along with Michelle Parker and Umar Traore. But I think under the circumstances, Charlie Ball, in the limited time he had playing, he did very, very well. He didn't actually do quite as well as Traore, but Traore is a proven striker, proven goal scorer. He'll always do better at scoring goals. The worst player that we signed, apparently, when the actual thing moves properly, were these players at the bottom here. But given that most of them are youth players, they're probably going to play for us at any point, I think that's fair enough. Transfers out of the club only did 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can count. 6 players out. Yeah, I mean, under the circumstances, none of these ever would have played fully for us, so I think that's fair enough given the conditions. We were supposed to get mid-table according to the board. We didn't. We won the league, obviously, quite convincingly in terms of the rest of the league table. As you can see, Mason and Ebbsfleet managed to get into the playoffs. Unfortunately for Eastbourne Borough and Dorking, they didn't quite make it. At the bottom of the league, Chelmsford were relegated. A team that we had a lot of fun playing against. Combined, we scored 6 goals against them, only conceded 1. It's very, very good. FA Cup, we didn't quite do as well as I'd hoped. I had hoped we'd get to the first round proper, get some money in from playing a League One side, but unfortunately we only managed to get to the 4th qualifying, which was the minimum expectation. We got what we needed to do. Then in the FA Trophy, we did go to the 4th round, but according to this, we only went to the 2nd round. Confusing. For some reason, it's very confusing. The first season seems to always be bugged out for the FA Trophy, but it doesn't really matter. So, biggest win at 5-1 against Chelmsford, with 2 goals from Stern, 2 from Wilson, and 1 from Charlie Ball. Only had 1 of theirs from Tommy Wright. Well, yeah, Tom Wright. Match to remember apparently was a 4-1 win over Ebbsfleet. Okay, I wouldn't have said that. A goal from Charlie Ball, Hanks, Holman, and Stanley, with them getting 1 from Ryan Grant, or Reese Grant. And then goal of the season was apparently a 67th minute goal. Actually, that's technically the winning goal, that 67th minute, against Hemel Hempstead on the 9th of January, where we beat them 4-3, which was a fairly good result. Let's have a quick look at that goal. So, 67th minute, Stanley. So this goal here apparently was the goal of the season. Let's see actually if it is any good of a goal or not. If it is, then good. We have an actual good choice for goal of the season. If it's not a very good goal, then we clearly don't. So Walker picks the ball up about 30 yards away from goal. Stanley picks it up, turns. That's a fairly good turning shot, to be fair. I'll give him that. That's a very, very good goal under the circumstances. So, that's good. This is the first time I've actually done a season review since they put in the new update. That means when you go off of it and come back onto it, it goes back to the same screen again, so that's very good. Apparently no reputation change, which is questionable, given the fact we just won the league, but okay. Combined revenue, we made about maybe 150,000, I think, given all this to put together, which is a very, very sizable amount of money, I will grant you, but we need to make more than that every season, given the fact we're spending so much on wages, as well as the team itself, buying new players, bringing them in, getting them integrated in the team more successfully. We need more money coming into the club. So, this apparently was our best 11, with Elijah Cisse in goal, right back Andrew Burns, centre backs Dwyer and Parker, with left back Petrovic, not Parcel. That's questionable on my view. Joe Hanks and Luke Russ in the centre of midfield. Yeah, I'll say that. Probably quite accurate. Then we had Stern as our right wing, with Holman and Stanley as the two other attacking midfielders, with Umar Traore, not Charlie Ball, up front. That's interesting. Despite winning the league, we only managed to get one Manager of the Month award. A bit unfortunate for me at the very least, but nothing to worry about. O'Dwyer managed to get Fans Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season and Signing of the Season for Charlie Ball. Goal of the season went obviously to Stanley. Top goal scorer with Dan Holman of 15 goals. I think if we had Traore from the start, he would have blitzed that, maybe even doubled it, I think, under the circumstances. Most assists, Joe Hanks with 11. Yeah, fair enough, I can give him that. Dan Holman, 6 player of the matches. Very good. Admittedly, over the full season, I'd have hoped to get double figures for that, but at least for the most player of the match of the season. But I think, under the circumstances, it's very, very good. Highest average rating, 7.2 for Ollie O'Dwyer. He was a very, very strong man at the back. And most passes completed in 90 minutes, 42. That seems low to me, I don't know why. No competition awards, unfortunately. Why is that lit up? Okay, doesn't matter. And record breakers, apparently most goals by a player in a season in the league is 12, most goals overall is 15. Goals by a player in a match is 2. I think some of these are clearly just records put in to give us a record for the future. Most goals by a player in a league match is again 2. Most assists 11, most clean sheets 12. Most player matches obviously 6. You've already read this bit already. Apparently Michel Park with his 9 yellow cards is the worst discipline at the club, which is interesting to me at least. Youngest player, Alex Petrovic, 18 years old and 292 days, whilst the oldest player was Chris Zabrowski, who was 34, 75 days. Fastest goal was actually Alex Petrovic with a 37-second goal on that same day actually. So yes, very well done to Alex Petrovic. And Zabrowski also on the same day as the oldest player in a game. He was the oldest goal scorer in a game as well. So history in the making. We won the league. We're in the National League. We are doing very, very well. Now, budgets have already been given to the club. They've already been rehashed out. Right. Defensively solid, questionable. Direct football and craft football we can definitely do. So I'm going to click accept to that. We have to fight Brilliant against relegation. Again, questionable, but hopefully we can do what needs to be done. Right. Where's the one that just says we're going to be in with a chance of going down? Right. Right. I'm not actually sure. I think it's that one. Yes, that one. Outside chance, positive, good, and I'll give promises at the start of the new season. Unfortunately, it's annoyed Zabrowski, but I don't think he's even going to be here next season, so that's not that bad. Apparently, George Rigg has been out for 10 months with a damaged cruciate ligament injury, but he's 2-star, 2-star. He's never going to play for me anyway, it doesn't really matter. So, let's look at the squad as a whole in the team report. So, squad depth, striker, fine, we're bringing in a new striker, but actually bringing in technically 2 new strikers, but Ola Bello probably plays a winger, not a striker. We probably could do bring in an attacking midfielder. Centre mid, we've got a very good player, hopefully coming through, Stuart Lewis. A free transfer, I believe from Sunderland, I think he's coming from. Centre back, perfectly fine, we've got 2 good centre backs with a couple of good backups. Left back, we probably could do with another left back because Walker's never going to play there, neither is Malcolm. And Petrovic isn't really that good, but he's only 18, or he's 19 now. He will improve, hopefully. Right back, again, we could probably do with another right back, given the fact that Hank's never going to play there. Hamilton might play there, but it'd be unlikely. And Rigg and Ryan Case probably never even play for the team again. Goalkeeper, perfectly fine. I've got 2 goalkeepers that are good enough for what we're going to be in. So I think going ahead, we actually have a fairly strong side. But I do think we need to work on a couple of positions at the very least. Now, staff-wise, we've filled out every position we can, I believe. Yes, we have. So no new staff can come in. The finances of the club are going to be a bit of a problem, of course. But hopefully that will rectify itself over the next few months with maybe a cash injection from the board. What, I don't know. Alex Petrovic needs a fair increase in playing time for next season. Hopefully we'll probably give him that. Hopefully giving him the playing time will actually improve him a lot faster than otherwise. Apparently this is the relationship I've got with players. Brad Ash and Eddie Jones are both rivals for reasons unbeknownst to myself. but that doesn't particularly matter. An adversary in Ryan Brunt, a player I'm pretty sure I probably, released from his contract. Didn't want to hit the club. He was never going to do anything with the club, and I think at that point he was already gone. We got a few players from the youth team who came through, or not Parcel obviously, but a few youth players that have come through. As you can see in the dev centre, we don't have many good youth options, I will grant you. I think Burford's probably the best option we've got from the development centre, but he's a centre back. We need to train him up to be a right back, I think, under the circumstances. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to be able to do at this point, because we can't really make decisions until we know how much money we've got, before we know which players are signing for us, which players aren't, and it's going to be quite difficult to work it through. Now, the transfer window, as you can see there on the far right of the screen, does open on Wednesday the 9th of June, which is going to be important for us as it gives us an opportunity to, there we go, Rig has now has left, which is very good news. Gets him off the wage bill. So a new sponsorship deal worth $7,500. Well, that's not good. And they've just destroyed our scouting budget, which is also not good. But they are planning to build a new not a new stadium, but a new expansion on the stadium. For reasons completely unbeknownst to myself, as we don't have the money for it. I'm sorry, it's just very questionable, the actions they're taking. Very, very questionable indeed. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm honest with you. I'm happy we're getting an expansion. The stadium wasn't very big. It gives us an option to improve the size of the ground as well as the capability of the ground to be used for a more effective position. As well as that, if Chippenham get into League 2, they will need a 5,000 seater stadium, of course, because that's the rules for the Football League until you get to the Premier League, which point it then becomes, I think, 12,500. So it's important that we can get the players signed who need to be signed. That's annoying. We need to do some contract signings. Okay, we can definitely do Holman, Hanks and Martin. But the question remains of what do we do about Petrovic? Because Petrovic is an incredibly important left back for us, but apparently he has no interest in signing a new contract because he's apparently unhappy at the club. But he's not, though. Where would you get the idea that he's unhappy at the club? 4 positives, no negatives. This is worrying. We have 1 month to give him a new contract. Oh God. Oh God, that's not good. Right. Okay. So, we might lose our backup left back, which, in theory, wouldn't be the worst thing to happen. I'm going to play through until I think these trials finish, Barek and Bello. But it's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think, getting this team up and ready for the National League if certain players are going to be leaving. So, apparently Luke Jordan's got 2nd place on most kilometres or miles run, or whatever it is. Wait, hang on. Only 300,000 of that was a grant. How much money did you put into the club last month to get that done? So a grant there, you invested £350,000 of your own money. Oh dear God, this owner is incredibly stupid. Okay, right, I can't really abide having an owner that does something that stupid. He's given a grant to the club of half the value of the stadium expansion, then paid out of his own pocket for the rest of it. But he's not willing to actually put money into the club itself. That is very frustrating. Right, I think, given it's the 1st of June, we don't really have much in the way of extra that needs to be done at this point. I think possibly this video should be called here, and I'll be back at 5 o'clock today. No, 5 o'clock at 3 o'clock tomorrow. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock at 3 o'clock tomorrow. This will be a standalone video for Tuesday, I believe. And yeah, we'll go from there. I think at this point, the board of directors of this club is questionable, to say the least. So until next time, as I always say, I bid thee adieu and goodbye.